Hey, this is Anthony, also known as Salafina's Guitar. In today's video, I'll be giving you opinion, or I'll be talking about my amp that I've been using for quite a while now. It's my Blackstar ID260. Now, this Blackstar ID260 is very practical. It's got loads of things that not many amps will have, and I'll talk about that in a second. But before I say all that, remember to please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what video you'd like me to do next. With all that being said, let's talk about this amp. Okay, so just by the look of the amp, it's very big. It's quite heavy, but not that heavy that an average person can't pick up. You can probably pick up with one hand. It's quite heavy, not too heavy. Same time, it's like medium weight. So on the face of the amp, you first be greeted with 6 voicings what this amp can emulate, from clean to dirty. So at the very bottom you get this clean or warm sound. Move it up, then you get a clean bright sound. Move up one more, crunch, super crunch, then OD1 and OD2. OD just stands for overdrive, and OD1, which is just more overdrive, and OD2 is even more overdrive. So again, the further you turn up the knob, the more dirty it gets. Okay, and then you, on the next knob, you will see, I believe it's a level or a volume control. So again, pretty basic. Every amp has this. If an amp doesn't have a volume knob, it's not really an amp. Then you got the what you would normally have an amp: the bass, mid, treble. Now this is what not all amps have. It's an ISF knob. So basically what that does is, the further right you turn it, it gives it more of a British amp sound, and if you put it in the middle, it's a bit of both. Further to the left, you get this US type amp sound. On the next, you will see what valves you can actually emulate. Again, you have so many. You have 6v6 and a lot more valves you can emulate. Right now, I'm running on 6v6. Again, not many amps have this. It's great, very practical. And then on to the next, it's not actually a knob, but a buttons. You've got modulation, delay, reverb, and you can actually tap on the bottom what tempo you'd actually like the reverb to be at. Again, very useful. I use it all the time. And now this is where things get a little bit more fancy. You got what type of delay you have on this. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, those they will sound different to on each other. And then again, level. Level just means what the volume you want your echo wants to be. So it's louder, you want it quieter. Then you met with resonance, then presence, then volume. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Don't need to explain that to you guys. Now, I'm gonna go through all these buttons at the bottom, which will say bank, and then all to manual, bank, then 1, 2, 3, 4. What all those does is you can actually store all your tones. So it's basically like effects pedal inside of an amp. Again, so you have I believe 3 banks. So you have press this button, you get green, yellow, red, and back to green again. So you have 3 banks, and then you can choose channel 1, 2, 3, and 4 and store your individual tones like that. Very practical. Also, you've also got this little small USB inside of the amp, which is very practical if you are recording in studios or you want to just have it as a speaker. Again, this amp has so many things. The very interesting about this amp is that it's emulating a valve amp, meaning that if you turn down the volume on your guitar, again, it would sound clean, and I'll give you an example of that later. Just let me explain myself. So when your volume is just on maybe 1 or 2, it will sound very clean. You turn the volume all the way up to 10, then that's when it starts to sound dirty. I'll give you an example right now. So right now my volume knob is at a 1 or 2, and right now I'm on the dirty channel, so it's not supposed to sound like this, but because I turned down my volume, it's emulating valve amp, so it sounds clean. And this is what I sound like. Now if I turn my volume all the way up to 10, you hear a drastic difference. So you can have so much fun with this amp. You can go from Black Sabbath, Gary Moore, Metallica in either a click of a button or a few turns on the knob. And again, I'll give you an example. This is what Black Sabbath will sound like, and because remember this amp has a ISF, so if you just turn the volume all to the right, which is British, Black Sabbath is British by the way, and this is what it sounds like. And now that was Black Sabbath. Now in just a few turns, Metallica. Again, you turn this to the ISF to the left because America. There you go, that's left. And then this is what Master Puppets will sound like when it's And now Gary Moore, which is the blues. Just turn this down to super crunch, really, and again turn this to about halfway. Gary Moore doesn't sound really British nor American, so I like putting it in the middle, so it kind of sounds like Gary Moore. So Gary Moore will sound something like this. Well, that was my impression of Gary Moore. That's not actually Gary Moore made. The first bit was Prison Walkway, so I did a cover of. If you didn't see Prison Walkway, highly recommended. It's in my channel, you can check it out. Again, that was a great video. Check that out. But that was my impersonation of Gary Moore. Yes, that's my Gary Moore without the sweats. So the ID260, again, it runs very well. The only problem with this amp that I have sometimes is the bank button. It gets sticky, so when you press it really hard, it's not changing. I've been pressing this for so long, it doesn't change. Again, you have to press it really hard, but again, not all the time. That's just a little small thing that I'll change about it. Again, nothing very major. Again, very practical. It has a bunch of stuff that many amps don't have. So again, if you're starting off with or if you're starting to play guitar, the ID260, recommended on my list. Or you can get a small practice amp. Anything doesn't really hurt. That's me all for now. Stay tuned, and hopefully I'll all see you in the next one.